Welcome back, our ongoing special edition of the Trading Bell. Well, just about now, we're going to take a look at some of the persons of interest that we hosted throughout the year, and some of them are known faces to you. And this will be a very interesting segment where we'll be giving you the softer side of these people. What kind of food do they like? When was the first time they made their first million shillings? Well, coming up next is Trading Bell Digital.
What does success mean to you? Well, it's a very small question, but it's a very difficult answer. Success to me is to be able to do something, to be able to reach, climb, create, be a part of something which is good. To me, that's successful. Humility, basic nature of, of being able to concern about others. This is, to me, is success. That I'm climbing the stairs and the rest of them are behind me and left out. That's not, to me, success. Success is all round, not me alone. Me, my family, my community, my town, my city, my country, everything. What legacy would you want to leave behind? The legacy I would like to leave behind is that, yes, it's difficult, but everything is possible. Look at me, look at my life of 91 years. And to me, nobody would say that I have not achieved. You got to say, I want to leave a legacy. Hey, you can't leave a legacy unless you do something about it, unless you are known, unless people look at you. Then that's a legacy. Legacy is not just in one particular room, sitting around and praising yourself. That's not a legacy. Let the world know, and they talk about you. My top values: integrity, truth, helping others, creating something. These are my values. My values are very clear in my mind. I rather want to gulp than to offend. I want to be peace. I can only be in peace with myself first, and then I can be peace with others. And to me, there's so much one can give in life, in small, small ways. Human nature, human individual is selfish from the day he is born. And to give that self one side and think of others, that means it is the first step. And that's why you'll have peace, and without peace, nothing can happen.
Given another chance, what would you do differently? Nothing, because I believe that you learn a lot from your mistakes, and you become a better man if you can do some mistake and come across some failures and improve yourself. What keeps you going? What keeps me going, I would say it's my enthusiasm and the fact that I love my job. So if you wake up in the morning and you are committed to your job and you like what you do, I think you keep going. What top values are you committed to? We have a lot of values. I have a lot of values. If I have to pick some, I would say that integrity is key. What's your most treasured achievement or possession? Without any doubt, my 3 kids are my best achievement. So I hope they will continue to grow and they will continue to be what they are today.
Do you have mentors? Yes, I do have mentors. 2 or 3 gentlemen. There's a blend of professional mentors and a family friend. Best book that I've read and why, 4 Pillars of a Man's Heart by Stu Weber. Great book about manhood, how to be a king, a warrior, a mentor and a friend. What legacy would I want to leave behind? I'd like to be the guy who got things done, who left a mark. What top values am I committed to? I think it's important to be of service to not only God, but also to to the community. What's my favorite food? A steak and chips. I like my salon steak well done.
Given another chance, what would you do differently? I think given another chance, I would have delayed going to business school. I remember going to business school just literally 1 year after I started working. So I did not take much of my work experience into the business school. Given another chance, I would have gone to business school 5 to 10 years later than I did. I would have taken more of my experience into the class and gained much more than just academics. Do you have mentors? I have people that I admire, but I don't necessarily say that I've got mentors. I think having mentors can be very limited and very limiting. I like to really, go after my ambitions with the fire in my belly, because that then is unlimited. What top values are you committed to? I think faith and family. I like to say that, we all have our maker, and without having belief and faith in something, life can become really treacherous. I also like to say that, success means very little unless you have family ones who you go back to every day, and that's family. So faith and family for me are top values that I commit to. What do you do to constantly challenge yourself? I think it's this whole essence of continuous improvement. We can never say that tumefika, we have arrived. There's always room for improvement, no matter what you do.
What's my favorite food? Chapati and Kenyeji chicken. Best book that you have read and why? Lee Kuan Yew, From Third World to First World. Reason is it explains how you can actually take a country from being a third world country to a first world country. And I think it's a must read for anybody in political leadership. Given another chance, what would you do differently? Given another chance, perhaps I'd have gone into politics earlier and tried to make a difference. Top values that you are committed to is 1, hard work. 2 is family values. 3 is integrity. What's your most treasured achievement or possession? My most treasured achievement is the fact that I've been able to go to university 3 times, and I think I've been able to keep on the learning curve throughout my life. My most treasured possession is my farm in Kitale. It doesn't make me much money, but I just love it, and I enjoy being there all the time because it's such a wonderful environment, and the flora and the fauna to die for. And in fact, if you haven't been there, please visit Sirwa in Trans Nzoia. What do you consistently challenge yourself? I consistently challenge myself every year to achieve a set list of objectives. So in January of every year, I put down 10 things that I intend to achieve. And if I achieve 6 out of the 10, I'm happy. And in the last 20 years, at least I've achieved 6 out of every 10 objectives that I set out. If you don't do that, please start. Every year, put out 10 things that you want to achieve and try and achieve at least a 60% success rate. What keeps you going? My family. I love my family. I love my wife and 4 kids, my mom and other relatives. I think I'm very, very motivated and excited to have a good and loving family around me.
What's your favorite food? Yeah, of course, my favorite food is chicken and ugali. You can guess where I come from. Best book that you have read and why? The best book that I've read is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Why I've read it? Of course, as a leader, it's always good to know what's around you. And that book gives me a spectrum of what I expect in leadership. What do you do to constantly challenge yourself? What I do to constantly challenge myself is to work out. Working out is a big challenge for me, so I regularly work out to challenge myself because work-life balance is quite something. So for me, I do work out every morning just to challenge myself so that I can balance between work and the other side of life. What legacy will you want to leave behind? The legacy that I want to leave in Ketraco is a legacy where all the staff who are on board have been empowered. I have a dream of making sure that the staff who are behind me, the managers, take over from me. And so for me, the biggest legacy is to ensure that we have proper succession planning.
Quite some interesting sentiments coming out of the captains of industry in our segment, Trading Bell Digital. We do hope you've been inspired by some of their stories and some of the nitty-gritties about their lifestyles. Well, that brings us to the end of this season of the Trading Bell Show. And as we transition into the new year, we want to thank you once again for your continued loyalty to the program. And we appreciate your feedback. And we hope 2021 will be bigger and better. For me and the entire team, we say bye-bye for now. And always remember to keep safe, social distance, and wash your hands. Happy holidays.
Samuel, it sounds funny calling you Samuel. I'm so fond of calling you.
Sure, go ahead. That's what everyone calls. Samuel because I could
Well, you know that's how Samuel was called by the Lord 3 times. Anyway.
And then he did here. He thought it was someone else.
Well, that signifies... Sorry.